Hello and welcome to the Matadome here on the campus of Madison Park in Boston, Massachusetts for the second Black Coaches Classic. We've got a great one in store for you as the host, Madison Park, takes on Fenway High School. But instead of talking about the X's and O's in this one, I want to talk about the relationship between these two coaches. Dennis G. Wilson of Madison Park has known Bruce Da Silva so long that he recruited him to college. When Dennis was an assistant at Brandeis, he was recruiting Bruce Da Silva. Bruce ended up going to UMass Dartmouth, but they've had a relationship ever since. And Bruce says it's kind of surreal that their relationship has come full circle and they're now coaching against each other, but it's still a mentor-mentee relationship. And why wouldn't it be? Dennis Wilson has been a staple in the city, not only as a coach, but as a leader and as someone who has done great things within the Boston community for young men and young women, which in large part is why he's about to be inducted into the Legends Hall of Fame along with his brother, Harry, as those two have done such great work. Harry, unfortunately, not here with us anymore, but those two honored for all of their work in mentoring and coaching here in the city of Boston. We're going to bring you that presentation and then the opening tip here from Boston.
The committee seeks to honor the next class of legends while they can still smell the roses and experience the appreciation of their peers and supporters. This year, we will have the distinct pleasure of honoring Dennis Wilson and Harry Wilson. The two brothers will be inducted into the Legends Hall of Fame together, just as they approach their brand of investment into the community they love. Dennis and Harry Wilson are co-founders of the Roxbury Raiders Pop Warner football and cheerleading program. The Raider program has been used as a vehicle to reach and positively influence the lives of youth in the Boston community for over 45 years. They are also responsible for the Roxbury Basketball Association, which came to be known as one of the more popular pro-am destinations for professional basketball players of its time. Dennis Wilson worked in the Boston public school system for 30 years, teaching history, serving as Dean of Discipline, and coaching basketball. He was named Massachusetts Division I Coach of the Year 3 times and has hosted and co-produced his own cable television sports show. Dennis is one of the few Massachusetts high school coaches to amass 400 wins in his career. Madison Park Vocational Tech honored him in 2020 by naming its main gymnasium floor in his honor. In retirement, Dennis has found success in film development, producing the documentary Push Madison vs. Madison in 2011, the story of a dysfunctional but talented high school hoops team trying to hold itself together. And This Ain't Normal in 2018, a documentary humanizing the story of gang-involved youth entangled in inner-city violence and the street-safe social workers that supported them. Please stand and recognize Dennis Wilson and Harry Wilson as 2022 inductees into the Black Coaches Classic Legends Hall of Fame.
Appreciate it. Hey, Boston basketball family. You're lucky. I found out today's Super Bowl Sunday. I had a 6-hour speech planned for y'all. So I cut it down to 3 hours. On a serious note, this is truly a special tribute. I want to first thank God, the Creator, for allowing me and my brother to do what we do. Many of you all young brothers don't know, my brother, my other hero beside my mom and my dad, he devoted his life, as I do, about what? Community and about young folks. Help making girls into lovely young, positive young ladies, productive young ladies, and young boys into positive, productive young men. These kind of events are special, and to be honored by the Black Coach Association, Kyrie and Malcolm, and I don't want to forget anybody, Harold, young Harold, and everyone on the committee. Me and my brother about this community, about you all, man, and doing what we can to touch your lives in a positive way. This is really, truly space. Spiritually, I know he's here in the house telling me, man, yo, man, cut it short, and I will. But again, he lives on in all the young men and young ladies he's touched. He lives on with me, Ms. Harris and everybody. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. he was a special man. He was a truly special man. So thank you all. Thanks for the love. MP, my MP machine, and the mighty Fenway with Coach Da Silva and Nugget, doing what me and my brother did, helping man, right, make a positive impact in young people's lives. And we need more. Man, stand up, y'all, because the ladies are doing what they need to do. Man, stand up, y'all. All right? Much love. Let's get ready to rumble. No, let's ball, y'all. Let's ball. Thank y'all. Thanks, Black Coach Association, Malcolm, Harold, Gary.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
And welcome back to the Madison for our final matchup. It's the Fenway High School Panthers and the Madison Park Cardinals as part of this second Black Coaches Classic. Before we start, we'd like to give a shout out to our lead sponsors. It all starts with Elevate Boston, Deliver Wash, Brave Space Consulting, GetPsychSports.org, BankShop.store, and Plans of Fight. We've got a good one in store for you for this one, as Madison Park a little bit down on their luck in terms of results, but a team that has really taken some steps forward as of late. Hasn't necessarily showed up on the scoreboard, but Dennis Wilson likes what he's seen in terms of his team making some progress against an 8-3 Fenway High School team under head coach Bruce Da Silva, who says his team's pretty young. They've got quite a few scorers. They're going to look to play that modern style of basketball where you're going to see a lot of driving, kicking out the three-point shooters, a little bit of clash of styles. Madison Park head coach Dennis G. Wilson, he still likes his traditional bigs who can finish around the basket. Now, not saying that Dennis is outdated. He's certainly hip with the times and has made some adjustments, but look for guys like Greg Richmond and Jimari Williams to be effective post players for this Cardinals team. We're about to get the opening tip between Tavaj Cope and Jimari Williams. It's Fenway in the road gold jerseys with the black trim. Madison Park in their home black and maroon jerseys. Going up and getting the early basket is Tajay Sharp. First points of the game. Madison Park a bobble and the steal from Jermaine Peterson. Peterson kicks to Sharp, near travel there. To the far side, wide open, Tavaj Cope, who's too strong for three and pulling down the rebound for Madison Park there. Is Jimari Williams, I believe. Fenway in a 2-3 zone defense here against the Cardinals. Flipping it up and missing there is number 24. Don't have a 24 on the roster. I think that is Jimari Williams, but we'll double check that as the game goes along. In transition, up and good off the glass. And it's Amarion Johnson, who Dennis Wilson described as the most improved player on his team. He's great at getting to the basket, and he's their D-stopper as he tries to get a stop here, and he's going to be called for the foul. A little bit of full court pressure there from Madison Park, and getting in behind the defense was Joshua Lee, 5'11" guard, junior who attends the Dearborn School. Very talented and tough guard. First free throw is up and good from Lee. Early 3-2 advantage for the visitors. The second one is up and good as well. 4-2 advantage for Fenway. Both teams using some full court pressure here. Try to make things difficult on the opponent's offense. Potential 3-on-1 here, and Johnson's got another basket down low. Amarian has all 4 points for the Hogs. Long pass and immediate double team pressure. Fenway gets out of it to the near side. Working with it is Wilton Fernandez. Cross for Tavaj Cope. Cope all the way to the tin, short, and the rebound falls to Lamari Slayton, one of the best players on this Madison Park team, all the way ahead for Amarian Johnson. Johnson's got 4 in a row, 6 all overall, and he's got his team a 6-4 lead. We've got a foul on the other side, and it'll lead to 2 free throws for Tajay Sharp. Sharp, a senior guard, 6'3". And he is too strong on the first. That foul was on the players wearing 24. Again, no 24 on the roster I have. Waiting to hear a name from our public address announcer.
I was on Jamari Williams.
And it will, so Jamari Williams is wearing 24, so just had to verify. Sharp goes 0 for 2. The lead stays at 2 for Madison Park. On the near side, the jumper off the side of the rim there from Armani Arroyo. Rather, Greg Richmond, wrong number 15. Fenway. The long pass there from Jermaine Peterson, who loves that one-hand lefty pass, and he's called for the travel. 2:20 in. It's Madison Park leading 6-4 thanks to 6 early points from Amarian Johnson. Known for his defense, looking for more offense. The 3 from straight away, no good. And an easy rebound from Tajay Sharp with no Madison Park players anywhere around him. Catching the ball right at the free throw line, losing his footing and nearly losing the ball is Tajay Sharp. We've got a tie-up. And Madison Park will get the ball with the possession arrow. Good start from a Madison Park team that has not been getting the results they would like as of late. Couple of double-digit losses, but team that Dennis Wilson has high hopes for as that one's thrown out of bounds. It'll be Cope handling the ball to start this possession. Handoff for Lee, far side. Peterson wants 3, too strong. And Madison Park a chance to leak out. All the way to the tin, we've got a foul, and it'll be a charge. Greg Richmond into the body there of the smaller defender, Joshua Lee, who got back and set. And it's an offensive foul, the 3rd already of the quarter against Madison Park.
Falls on Greg Richmond.
Out ahead of the pack, Peterson throws it up, and the Euro step works in his favor. Peterson knots this game at 6. Lefty jumper is good.
Jamari Williams.
From Jamari Williams. Williams, the first player other than Amarian Johnson who has the steal to score. And Johnson dishes it over for Richmond. And we've got a travel on the Cardinals. 2 subs coming on for Fenway, 1 for Madison Park. For Fenway, we'll see Ibrahim Barry and Mason Elbeck. For Madison Park, it's Matique Johnson checking on for Greg Richmond. All the way to the hoop, unable to connect, but on the follow, it's Peterson off of the Lee miss. And we're tied at 8. Near turnover, but that one goes off of Barry just into the game, and it'll stay with the Cardinals. Getting the ball in is Madison Park. And taking the elbow jumper just a little bit off is Lamari Slayton. In transition, it's Elbeck to the near side for Barry, kicks it up top, wide open. Cope is off the mark on a 3. 8-8 just past the midway point of the first quarter here in the second Black Coaches Classic. Throwing it up way too strong is a Madison Park player. In transition, and good job getting back there by Jamari Williams to break up a potential easy layup look. Marion Johnson to the bench. And I think we've got Steve Espino, the senior guard at 5'5", into the game for the first time for the Cardinals. It'll be Panthers ball underneath the Cardinals basket. Peterson, the point guard, to inbound it, but first, Madison Park was forced to take out number 14, which looks like he might have had earrings on. So Greg Richmond right back into the game. Richmond, senior forward, 6'3", extremely long, very talented according to head coach Dennis Wilson. Just gotta keep mentally focused. He's a guy who has a high basketball IQ, but sometimes needs to just rein it in for the good of the team. The pass finds the player just into the game. That's Espino. Turned it over, and a chance in transition for Fenway. Throwing it up, and a big-time jam from Tavaj Cope. Fenway regains the lead at 10-8. First points of the game for Cope. He's got a chance for more. Cope, a big foul from Lamari Slayton. Picks up his first foul. Fourth on the Cardinals, and Cope with a chance for 2 more. First, though, we're going to get a timeout from Madison Park. 10-8 with 2:41 to go in the first quarter. Back and forth we've gone. Both teams still trying to get their offense going here in the opening 8 minutes.
By concessions. Over at the table by the main entrance.
I think with that little bit of a pause that was well-deserved for
the Black Coaches Classic.
The induction for both Dennis Wilson and his brother Harry Wilson into the Legends Hall of Fame. Kind of interrupted the usual flow of a warm-up, so the guys maybe having to start warming up, stop warming up, start warming up again. Maybe getting that feel back. For Madison Park, trying to earn a big win at home for their head coach on a day that is going to be extremely special no matter what. As Dennis Wilson describes his brother Harry, not only as somebody he's really close to, but as one of his heroes. He listed his mom, his dad, and Muhammad Ali, along with his brother, as 4 of his heroes. Bruce De Silva knows Dennis extremely well, all the way back to his playing days, and is trying to earn the win as part of this second Black Coaches Classic. It'll be Tavaz Cope to shoot 2 out of the timeout.
Mark Petal in for Madison Park.
Mark Patil checks on, so clear that up. Patil is wearing 14, and Williams, who typically wears 14, is wearing 24 as Cope misses the first. He is getting 2 after the foul from Slayton right before the timeout. 2:41 to go in the first quarter. It's Fenway leading 10-8 over Madison Park, and it'll stay at 10-8, although there's an offensive rebound. Unable to finish was Ibrahim Barry, and now Madison Park a chance to tie or take the lead. Patil, near side for Richmond, pulls up, a little bit strong, and the rebound falls to Elbeck. Wide open in the corner, and knocking it down is Joshua Lee.
Joshua Lee.
Lee's got 5 of the team's 13, and his team's got a 5-point lead. Got a stoppage, it looks like, Ibrahim Barry might have taken a hand to the face, as he's going to be forced to check off. And Jaden Scott, the junior guard, really more of a combo player at 6'1" out of Fenway High School, will check on for Fenway. Madison Park's going to make 2 subs as Spino and Richmond check off. Matique Johnson will check in alongside Amarion Johnson. Johnson has to recover that one in the backcourt. Far side. 3 is off the mark there. And it will stay with Madison Park off the miss from Jamari Williams. Near side, it's Matique Johnson trying to find a teammate, and the take is blocked, but we've got a foul. It'll be Lamari Slayton to the line for 2. Foul should be on Joshua Lee. It's the first foul on Lee, first foul on Fenway here in the first quarter, with just over 6 minutes gone by. First free throw off the mark from Slayton, who had to take over as the starting point guard after Giovanni Lopez graduated. Lopez at Bunker Hill Community College, where he's having a great first season, starting and averaging over 16 points per game at Bunker Hill. Extra pass, it's Cope for 3, too strong. It catches the wire above the backboard, and that's a dead ball. And it'll go back to Madison Park. Fenway really using their bench here as they've mixed and matched. Coming on for the first time is Scambizelis and Carlos Miranda. Madison Park needs to get it in and get it in quickly. They find Johnson, who loses it. 3 is off the mark. Cope the rebound, and now Cope is fouled by Patil, and he'll get 2 more free throw attempts. Cope had a big dunk, but went 0 for 2 from the free throw line earlier.
Cope at the line.
The lead is 5, and it'll stay there as Tavaj Cope can't connect on the first. The junior guard stands at 6'4" for Fenway. Tavaj's second attempt is up and good.
One shot, Cope.
Stretches the lead out to a game-high 6 points for the Panthers.
In for Fenway.
As Tajay Sharp will replace Cope. Like the frequent substitutions from Bruce De Silva, who's making sure he's got fresh legs out there. Here's Amarion Johnson. Johnson throws it up, trying to hit the glass, hit the side of the rim. Rebound loose for Matique Johnson, who's blocked. Tries to grab his own rebound and does so. Matique looking for help. Noel shooting himself. He's off the mark, and eventually it's out of bounds off Jamari Williams. Full court pressure from Madison Park, and Fenway elects to just pass right through it. The extra pass, though, too strong for Scambizelis, and it's out of bounds back to Madison Park. We'll see Joshua Lee, the leading scorer in this one, for Fenway, with 5 points back into the game. He's got 5, 4 points each for Tavaj Cope and Jermaine Peterson, as Dennis Wilson will make 2 more subs.
And Greg Richmond.
Coming on for the first time, number 12, along with Greg Richmond. Here's Slayton. For Patil, who's blocked in a big way. Ran right into Vazelis. The other way, it's Lee looking to settle things down with under a minute to go in the quarter. Sharp drives over a taller Madison Park player. It doesn't matter. Tajay Sharp, the 4th Fenway player with 4 or more points. The lead is 18-8 and a turnover. All the way to the hoop, but just a little bit short there was Mason Elbeck. Richmond called for the travel.
Violation.
See, he has Jamari Williams, but
Substitution number 21.
feet moving a little bit faster than he can get rid of the ball.
Substitution number 5.
27.3 seconds to go. More substitutes for either side. As Fenway will face 3 men in the backcourt. They go all the way ahead. That's Ibrahim Barry back into the game after taking hits to the face, and Barry connects for his first points. The lead is 10 all of a sudden, 18-8, after it was 8-8 at one point. Here's Jamari Williams bulldozing his way to the hoop, and we've got another travel. Madison Park has been called for a couple of those here in the first quarter. 18-8, 5.6 seconds left. Can the Panthers get off a look? Pass all the way ahead. Barry thought about it, maybe thought too long. Can he get a look off? He does, but it hits the front of the rim. No good. And a 10-0 quarter-ending run gives Fenway a 10-point advantage. It's 18-8 after one. As the Panthers lead the hosts, the Madison Park Cardinals here. Greg Richmond having a conversation with one of the referees right now, discussing that travel call he didn't agree with. For Fenway, good scoring balance. 4 players with 4 or more points. 5 from Joshua Lee, and then 4 each from Tamaj Cope, Jermaine Peterson, and Tajay Sharp. On the flip side, an early 6 from Amarion Johnson, but Jamari Williams, the only other player to have scored, he's got 2.
Feel free, get a snack, get a drink at the concession stand at the main entrance to the gym. And thank you again for supporting the Black Coaches Classic.
It'll be Fenway ball out of the break. They currently have Carlos Miranda, Joshua Lee, Mason Elbeck, Tajay Sharp, and Ibrahim Barry out on the floor. 3 starters and 2 subs. For Madison Park, lining up in a 2-3 defense. I think Johnson will man the middle. Got Richmond, Slayton, number 12, who we're trying to get his name. Their rebound is loose, and now we've got an over-the-back call coming on Tajay Sharp, his first, team second.
Fouls on Tajay Sharp.
Richmond, Slayton, Matique, and Amarion Johnson, and then that unnamed player. That's the 5 for Madison Park. Lots of pressure here. Difficult spot for Slayton. And we've got a timeout for Madison Park before a potential turnover. 7:34 to go, first half. It's Fenway leading 18-8 here at the Madison. It's part of the second Black Coaches Classic hosted by Bank Shop Basketball. My name is Seth Orensky, bringing you all the action of this one on a snowy Sunday afternoon, or at least it was snowy earlier on in the day. Madison Park looks to come away with the win. For Fenway, looking to improve to 9-3 on the season. For the Panthers, this is a program 6 seasons under Bruce De Silva that is grown with each year. And while they're a young group, a lot of talent. We've seen it today. Clearly don't need to rely just on one player offensively, as we've seen 5 players already score here in the opening 8 minutes and change. Madison Park will inbound with a little bit of less pressure here out of the timeout. Amari Slayton, the senior point guard, with it initially. Pressure on the ball, and they'll get it back to Slayton with 8 on the shot clock. Far side for Richmond, runs into a ton of traffic, and he loses the ball. It's Lee to the near side, and Ibrahim Barry draws the foul on Slayton. That'll be 2 on Lamari, and already the 6th team foul on Madison Park.
Number 3,
with 7:09 to go in the second quarter. So we could be seeing quite a few free throws for Fenway. Seventh free throw will lead to the 1-and-1. And unable to hold on to that one was Barry. Caught a piece of the sideline, so turnover right back. Madison Park has had some decent looks when they haven't turned it over. It's just they've been turning it over a bit too much. Here's Richmond, who pulls up a little bit short. Rebound loose. Matique Johnson grabs it, puts it up, and he'll draw the foul. See who the guilty party was that time. Tajay Sharp and Carlos Miranda both in the vicinity.
Fouls on Tajay Sharp.
It will be Sharp who picks up his second, team's third here in the first half.
Michael Thompson at the line for the Cardinals.
And I'm being told that this is the player wearing 42 is Michael Thompson and not Matique Johnson. So apologize for that. So Thompson, the junior center who stands at 6'5", will get one more, misses the first. Thompson banks the second one in. And we'll see Jamari Williams check on for Thompson.
Substitution, Jamari Williams.
First points for Thompson, third player to score today for Madison Park. Off the turnover, it's Patil, the runner that goes too strong off the glass. Slayton, the jumper, no good, and pulling down the rebound is Cope. It's Lee, leaving it off for a teammate. Big time block from Richmond. And now Patil dribbles through a pair, loses it, gets help from Amarion Johnson. Amarion all the way to the 10, and he's fouled. That's going to be the fourth team foul.
Joshua Lee. Amarion Johnson at the line.
We're actually going to get that on Joshua Lee, so his second team's fifth. And the first free throw was no good from Amarion Johnson.
Mason Elbeck for Fenway.
Elbeck checks back on for Lee with those two free throws. And the second is no good as well. The deficit stays at 18-9. It was 18-8 to start the quarter, but Fenway's yet to score, and that'll end right there. A triple from Jermaine Peterson. He's got a team best 7 points, a game best 7, and the lead stretches to 12. Peterson in transition ahead for Cope. Extra pass, gets it right back, and that'll be an easy 2 from Cope. As he and Ibrahim Barry played a little bit of hot potato. Cope, the steal, tried to dish it down low, finds Peterson, who's nearly dispossessed, but he will draw the foul there on Slayton, and that's 3 fouls on Lamari Slayton. The lead to free throws, as that's the 7th team foul on Madison Park, but more importantly, it's 3 fouls on the starting point guard for the Cardinals. They do have a talented backup point guard in Mark Patil, the sophomore at 5'10".
1-1 at the line for Jermaine Peterson.
The opposite side, Jermaine Peterson, the 5'11" senior guard. No good on the front end of the 1-and-1. Pass ahead for Patil. Trying to find Slayton there, who draws contact, and I think Peterson got him. So 2 players foul each other on either side.
13, Fernandez.
We're actually going to get Wilton Fernandez on the foul. His first, team 6th. It was a shooting foul, so it'll be 2 free throws for Slayton, who can't connect on the first.
At the line for the Cardinals.
The deficit is 14, 23-9 with 5:31 to go in the first half. This has been a problem for MP this year. They've struggled to score in the first half of games. Slayton hits the second free throw to get on the board. Madison Park averages 18 to 22 points in the first half of games as Peterson off the mark on the wing three. And that'll put up 30 to 40 in the second half, but by that point they have too big of a deficit as Patil tries a raindrop three. He knocks it down, and Patil's got his first 3 points. Just like that, it's back to within 10. Three from the near side. Barry's off the mark. Richmond can't hold on to the rebound. Barry goes right into Slayton, and a good defensive play there from Slayton, playing with those 3 fouls. Nearing the midway point of the second quarter, it's a 10-point deficit once again. It was 18-8 after one, 23-13 to this point as Amarion Johnson tries to leave it off for a teammate, Jamari Williams, right into the body there of the defender, Wilton Fernandez. Totally clean. Cope takes the three, too strong. Rebound battled for and kept alive by Elbeck. Peterson for Elbeck. Kicks it near side. The three from Barry off the mark. Rebound into the hands of Williams. He couldn't find Patil, left the ball behind him. Good strong take from Peterson, who is up to 9 points now. And the lead extends back out to 12, 25-13 with 4:07 to go in the second quarter. Patil taking him all himself and able to score, then slows himself down with the pads behind the sideline. That's how much momentum Patil had. He's got a quick 5 and is second on the team behind Amarion Johnson. Cope too strong, follows up his own miss, no good. And Madison Park, a big defensive board. Can they chip into this 10-point deficit? Richmond bounces off a Fenway player, can't get the bounce at his own home court. And it'll be the Panthers bringing it up here. Jermaine Peterson has had himself a really good second quarter. They work against this 2-3 zone. Step back jumper from Elbeck, no good. No one goes for the rebound though. Falls to Barry, runs into a pair of players, gets the loose ball and puts it up. And immediately Dennis Wilson not happy with his defensive rebounding. He'll send Michael Thompson to the scorer's table. Turnover, Elbeck leave it up for Cope, and it's a really good defensive play by Slayton to break that up.
Jaden Steiner for Fenway.
27-15 with 2:56 to go in quarter number 2. Fenway took the lead late in the first quarter and have led anywhere between 8 and 12 for this entire second quarter. Here's a nice take from Barry, no good. Following it up and getting to his first 2 of the day is Jaden Scott. 6'1" junior combo player. Turning it over is Amarion Johnson. Peterson out ahead for Cope with the right hand slam. Tavaj Cope has tremendous ups, and he's got 2 big dunks, 8 points in the game as Thompson has it stripped away by Elbeck. 16-point game. Elbeck hard to the hoop, can't finish, and the rebound falls to Slayton. Richmond has it go off his hip, and it's out of bounds as it has been all Fenway these last couple minutes, extending their lead out to a game-high 16 points, 31-15 with 2:10 to go in the first half.
Number 12, Noah Rodriguez.
For Madison Park, they've got Noah Rodriguez back into the game. Rodriguez wears number 12 as he replaces Amarion Johnson. Another turnover. Elbeck wants to take it himself. He's blocked. He's had a couple takes right at the rim, hasn't been able to finish. We've got a tie-up, and we'll see which way this goes. Madison Park has certainly been hustling. They just haven't been able to make up for the amount of turnovers they're having, especially turnovers around the half-court line that have led to some 2-on-1, 3-on-2 chances. Jamari Williams will check on for Greg Richmond. Only really seen this Madison Park team go 7 deep to this point. Pass ahead for Rodriguez is stolen away. Picked up by Scott, the Euro step, and it just bounces out. Would have been a really nice finish from Jaden Scott. Rodriguez nearly loses it. Now he'll dribble across, leaves it for Espino. Behind the back pass looking for Thompson. Eventually finds Williams, and we've got a foul. That would have been a really, really nice finish, but unfortunately Espino couldn't quite connect with Thompson.
Fouls on Jermaine Peterson.
Jermaine Peterson picks up the foul. His first, team 7th. We'll see free throws the rest of the way with 80 seconds to go, and both teams shooting the 1-and-1. It'll be Jamari Williams to the line for 2. Williams had 2 points in the first quarter. Still looking to get going here in the second, since his team has been outscored 13-7, make it 13-8 in the second quarter after being outscored 18-8 in the first. Gives them 18 points here in the first half, and again, it's been a problem. Dennis Wilson has said 18, somewhere in that 18 to 22 range in the first half has been an issue. Their offense just hasn't been able to get going until the second halves of games. Coming on is Armani Arroyo for Ibrahim Barry. Slayton gets it into Thompson. Rodriguez thought about the corner 3, kicks it out for Espino. Espino for Thompson. Mid-range jumper is good. And Thompson is up to 3 points. Michael Thompson, the junior center, and the deficit down to 13. Only been outscored by 3 points here in the second quarter after it was 10 at the end of 1. Elbeck runs into a pair of players, finds a teammate, and the ball's loose, kept alive by Arroyo, but we're gonna get a call, and I'm not sure if it's 3 seconds and it will be. Dennis Wilson was screaming for 3 seconds for about 5 or 6 seconds there. Full court pressure coming from Fenway with 45.3 seconds to go in the half. Rodriguez for Espino, able to cross the half-court line. Espino dishes. Thompson just hit one from this range, no good. Rebound batted around and picked up by Jaden Scott for Peterson. Peterson ahead for Arroyo, right back for Peterson, who's had the hot hand. 7 in the quarter, 11 for the game, and the lead back out to 15. Rodriguez has to collect before he can pass. Ahead for Williams. Williams wants to take it himself, and he draws the contact and the basket. Jamari Williams.
Fouls on Jermaine Peterson.
Peterson's second foul. Team's 8th. And with 12.7 seconds to go, it's a chance for Williams to get his team back within 12. Williams connects with the free throw. He's got 4 in the quarter, 6 in the half. Tied with the Marion Johnson for the team lead. Both players have 6 of the team's 21. Should be the final possession of the half as Fenway leads by 12, a chance to make it even larger. To the corner, Elbeck looking for his first points. 3 is too long. Williams will throw it up. Well short, but that will do it. Madison Park, a little bit of a late run to get back within 12 after the deficit was as many as 15. It's 33-21 in favor of Fenway at the half. Before we send it to break, let's take a moment to give a shout out to our lead sponsors for this great Second Black Coaches Classic. Elevate Boston, Deliver Wash, Brave Space Consulting, GetPsychSports.org, Bankshop.store, and Plans of Flight. We're going to take a break and be back with the second half of this one. It's Fenway 33, Madison Park 21.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Pa,
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
you're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things. But all of them are pure love.
Welcome back to the Matadome. It's 33-21 Fenway over the host, Madison Park, in this game at the second Black Coaches Classic hosted by Bank Shot Basketball. Much better from Madison Park in the second quarter. Only outscored 15-13. They've been better offensively in the second half of games. We'll see if that continues. Patia leaves it off for Richmond, the up and under. Good look from Richmond, just couldn't quite finish there. Fenway drives the other way. Barry, the acrobatic finish, gets his own rebound. And Ibrahim Barry has now scored 2 points in all 3 quarters. He's got 6. The leader in this game is Jermaine Peterson with 11 as Richmond finally gets on the board. His first 2 points. Madison Park right now is being led by Jamari Williams and Amarion Johnson with 6 points apiece. Zone defense here from Madison Park as Peterson pulls up from the free throw line. A little bit short on the jumper. The deficit is 12 as Madison Park looks to get a win on their home floor. And for their head coach, who was honored before this game, here's a step back 3 from Richmond, no good. Slayton the tip, can't finish. Williams a third opportunity and 1. Jamari Williams bookends the 2 halves with another N1 opportunity. Got one late in the second when his team was down by as many as 15. Cut it to 12 at the break, and he's got a chance to cut this to single digits.
Substitution for Fenway, 13, Wilton Fernandez.
Wilton Fernandez will replace Mason Elbeck. Here's Williams with the chance to add to his total. One of the anchors on this team. Slayton gets the rebound, can't finish, still battling for it, goes up again, and he's fouled. Gotta love the resolve and the fight from a Madison Park team that's not quite as tall as this Fenway team, but they've been good on the offensive boards. And 2 free throws upcoming from Lamari Slayton, whose only point in this game came from the free throw line. Lamari's first one is too strong. A little bit of confusion. He's got 2. Lamari did have 3 fouls in the first half, but Dennis Wilson allowed him to play through it and done a good job of avoiding that 4th foul. Lamari's second is good. So Madison Park scored the basket, missed the free throw, got their own rebound, and they got 2 more free throws and eventually get the free throw to fall. As Slayton's has hit 2 free throws, he's got 2 in the game, and the deficit is only 9. Extended zone pressure coming from Madison Park, who's showing a lot more energy right now to start the 3rd quarter, and we've got a 3-second call. Tajay Sharp never exited the lane, and Bruce De Silva immediately is saying, okay, let's talk about this. As Tajay Sharp and Wilton Fernandez were exchanging words there over whose responsibility it was to move or maybe where the ball was going, but love to see this energy, this resolve coming from Madison Park. They haven't been getting the results they would like. They're a young team, but this is a little bit more of the Cardinals teams we're used to seeing, that MP intensity. And the deficit is 9 here with 6:24. Madison Park will get the ball. On the opposite side for Fenway, just trying to settle it down. Bruce De Silva recognizes a moment of indecision, a little bit of the momentum swinging, and is just going to make sure his players are all on the same page. It's not just the starting 5 for Fenway. This is very much a team that's run 9 or 10 deep. We've had 6 different players score. Even though they were the team that took the timeout, Fenway will be first out of the break. And it looks like they're a lot calmer at this point. Madison Park still taking their time to talk things over. Madison Park didn't come out of the locker room at halftime until the final 20 to 30 seconds. So whatever Dennis Wilson saw in that first half, he really wanted to correct some things. Slayton looking for an option, finds Amarion Johnson against this full court pressure, almost stolen away. Jamari Williams eventually does lose it. Barry to the near side for Lee, dishes it off, blocked and going up, and one opportunity coming for Tajay Sharp. So the turnover in the backcourt leads to 2, potentially 3 points. Sharp had 4 in the first quarter. He's got 6 for the game. And those are the kind of mistakes that Madison Park can ill afford if they're going to get back into this one. They just had too many turnovers, and it's led to a lot of Fenway points as Sharp connects to complete the 3-point play. Patil catches the inbounds pass. Now it's Williams, nearly loses it from behind, somehow able to handle it, goes all the way, lots of contact, and that's an offensive foul. Wilton Fernandez set himself. Looks like he might have gotten a little bit longer to potentially draw the contact, but he draws the foul on Jamari Williams. That's the first on Williams. Already both teams with 2 team fouls here in the opening 2 minutes of the second half. We see this extended 2-3 pressure. Near corner, it's Sharp who just had that 3-point play, the up and under. Give him a quick 5 to start the second half, and the lead is out to 14. Largest it's been was 15 the first half. Williams, double team, needs help, just tosses it up. Dangerous play. Richmond grabs it. 3-on-1. Richmond draws contact, and he'll head to the line. Wilton Fernandez nearly drew a second consecutive charge. Instead, called for the block as there was a 3-on-1 opportunity. And Fernandez is still down. Appears to be okay.
Calls on Wilton Fernandez.
Jamari Williams is still pleading his case about that previous charge.
His third personal.
It'll lead to 2 free throws for Richmond, who didn't score in the first half but has 2 already in the quarter.
Line.
First free throw is no good from Greg Richmond, one of the
Fenway,
leaders on this team.
Scan.
Wilton Fernandez checks out. And on for Fenway, Scan Bazelis. Richmond short on the second. Rebound falls for Barry. Barry waits on reinforcement, kicks to the near side for Lee. Here comes the extra pressure from Amarion Johnson, right back for Lee, and we've got another 3-second call. Dennis Wilson has been pleading for that call all game long, and he's gotten it twice here in the third quarter. Slayton to inbound against this heavy full court pressure from Fenway that's caused Madison Park some issues. Slayton, good bounce pass ahead for Patil. Patil hard to the hoop, looked like he lost it going up, and Richmond was out of bounds on the offensive board. 40-26, 5:08 to go in the third quarter. Madison Park looks to get back into this one. They cut it to 9, but a 5-0 run from the Panthers has pushed it back out to 14. Peterson, the leading scorer. Mid-range jumper well off the mark. Ibrahim Barry tracks it down. Lee wants a 3, front rim no good. Battling for the rebound is Sharp, and he couldn't grab it. Here's Slayton, bobbling the dribble, but able to keep it alive. Ahead for Marion Johnson, 6 in the first quarter, 0 since, and he'll head to the line with a chance to get back on the board. Madison Park is very aggressive. Doing a good job of getting to the hoop. It'll be the first foul on Scan Bazile. 4th team foul on Fenway here in the third quarter. So if Madison Park can keep this aggression level, they easily could be shooting free throws, maybe even as early as the third quarter, as Amarion Johnson rattles in the first. He's up to 7.
Number 42, Michelle Thompson.
Michelle Thompson back into the game for Madison Park, as the second one is good as well.
2 shots.
So, pair of free throws from Marion Johnson. The deficit is back to 12, just like it was at halftime as we're nearing the midway point of this third quarter. Peterson giving a lane to the basket, tries to pass it, it's turned over. Johnson right back to the hoop, and he's got a quick 4, and just like that, it's a 10-point game. Marion Johnson has scored all of his points in spurts, 6 in the first quarter, 4 more here in the third, as Peterson will draw the foul, and he'll head to the line. Marion Johnson was not happy with the call.
Foul on Marion Johnson. Jermaine Peterson.
For Marion, that is his second, team's third here in the second half, and it'll be a pair of free throws upcoming for Jermaine Peterson, who gets the first to go. Peterson's first points of the second half after scoring a game-high 11 in the first half. 41-30, favor of the visiting Panthers, and make it 42 for Fenway. Full court pressure has been effective for Fenway. Slayton nearly turned it over, ahead for Williams. Dangerous dribble, and it's tapped from behind out of bounds there by Lee. The issue is Madison Park's been trying to dribble through this full court pressure a bit too much, and it's led to some really contested dribbles. It's Johnson up top against now a Fenway zone defense. Patil wants the deep 3, hit a raindrop in the second quarter, off the mark, and the rebound falls to Basile. Ahead it's Tajay Sharp, and they're gonna say that's off of Sharp. Good defensive work there from Lamari Slayton. 42-30. Madison Park, with the exception of that late run at the end of the first quarter, when the game went from 8-8 to 18-8 in favor of Fenway, has been very competitive. Turnover and an easy finish from Lee, as Slayton had to back off with those 3 fouls.
Timeout, Madison.
And Dennis Wilson's gonna call a timeout. The deficit is 14, 44-30 here at the Matadome for the MP Cardinals on the second Black Coaches Classic hosted by Bank Shop Basketball. It's been a great day of hoops between 8 teams from the state of Massachusetts, including 6 teams that play in the Boston City League. Earlier today, we saw teams from the city, including O'Brien High School, Charlestown, and a matchup between Boston City Schools, New Mission, and Tech Boston, as we close it off with our Hall of Fame inductee, Dennis Wilson, coaching the Madison Park Cardinals, against a player that he recruited to college and a player that he continues to mentor, well, a coach that he continues to mentor to this day, Bruce De Silva, who's the head coach of the Fenway Panthers boys team, who have been impressive in this one. Haven't allowed Madison Park back into this game. And Madison Park is a program that's been coached by Dennis Wilson for a very long time and had some success. City champions in 1989. 2007, they won the Boston City North Conference Championship. Boston North League titles in 2008 and 2010. Won the city in 08, 09, and 2010, and the Division I state championship in 1982. Patil near side, and it's Thompson with the lay-in. He's provided some nice offense off the bench. Thompson's got 5, and again, it's only a 12-point deficit. Peterson runs into a swarm of Madison Park players, lost it, gets it back. Pass down low, extra pass is tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay with Fenway with 11 on the shot clock. Peterson to inbound. 4 players stacked along the near side of the lane right in front of him. Trying to get it in. Ball is lost, and eventually we've got a foul on the floor. That's going to be Williams, who was falling and made contact with Sharp. For Jamari, that's his second. Team's third. A inbound again to Sharp. Kick to the far side for Lee. Now it's Peterson, and he's going to be called for the travel. It really feels like this game could go one of two ways. We're either going to see Madison Park go on a nice little run and get back into the game, or Fenway is going to use a run to kind of open it up, because this game has been in that 9 to 14 range for a while. It doesn't seem sustainable. There's a turnover in transition. Lee goes up and drops it down. The largest the lead has been. And there's a foul getting tripped up with Slayton by Lee. Dennis Wilson, I think, thought there should have been a foul earlier on in that possession, but they couldn't miss that one. So that's the 5th team foul on Fenway, who had 4 early on in the quarter. They'll send Bazile and Sharp to the bench.
Foul was on Joshua Lee.
Miranda is back on, along with the player we've seen for the first time today. So we've seen Miranda before. I'm trying to get the other new players. Setting one up is Williams, no good. Patil fouls it, loses it, and he's called for the travel. So Miranda and Cope are on, alongside Scott, Barry, and Lee. That's the alignment for Fenway. For Madison Park, they'll send Amarion Johnson to the bench. Emmanuel Soto on for the first time, alongside Patil, Thompson, Slayton, and Williams. Near side, Cope is capable of either hitting a 3 or dunking it. Those have been his 2 hot spots on offense. Here's Lee downhill off the glass, gets the roll, and just like that, Lee's got himself 6 points in the quarter, 11 for the game, but Williams answers on the opposite side. Williams into double figures with 10. He and Amarion Johnson leading the Cardinals with 10 apiece. 3 from the corner is good. Jaden Scott more than doubled his point total for the day, up to 5. Patil picks up the dribble in a difficult place. It's tipped away. Slayton allowed to pick it up. Now we've got a timeout for Madison Park. The deficit has crept out to 17, and this was what I was talking about. It had stayed in that 9 to 14 range for a while, and it just felt like something had to give. Madison Park certainly not out of it, but that hill has become a little bit larger after a couple sloppy possessions, and starting to see Fenway execute a little bit better. Here in this third quarter, Fenway has outscored Madison Park 19 to 13. So a little bit better offensively, but this is the most points that Fenway has scored in a quarter, and it's been the defense that's been a little bit problematic. 75 seconds to go in the third quarter. 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go in regulation of this final game of the day at the second Black Coaches Classic. Fenway will come out with the same 5. Dennis Wilson taking every second of this timeout, trying to get his team the right game plan to get back into this game. It'll be Slayton inbound. Slayton, Soto, Patil, Williams, and Thompson. Patil calling out instructions, blitzed by 5 players. Thompson the extra pass. Williams blocked from behind, but it will be a foul there on Carlos Miranda. I don't think I've ever seen a team do that where it was a coordinated 5-man blitz on a basketball court. You might see that on a football, an all-out blitz. But it not only was 5 men blitzing the ball, it was 5 men blitzing the ball in unison, and it was either going to lead to a turnover or a pretty easy look, and Jamari Williams was able to take the pass from Thompson and get to the hoop. Fouled from behind, so he couldn't convert, but he does hit the first free throw, and the second one in and out. Jamari now has 11 points, tops on Madison Park. 3 from the wing from Barry's no good. Good job by Slayton fighting for the rebound. And it's over to Patil. Patil for Thompson. Right back for Patil, looking for options. Tries to find Thompson at the block. Turnaround jumper, no good. Barry the rebound, and Fenway wants to push in transition. Throwing it up, and Miranda couldn't make the catch. Thompson with the steal, and now it's Soto, his first touch. No one's slowing Soto down, so we'll bring it into the front court. Head for Thompson needs help. Thompson trying to swing it. It's Williams who's trying to take over this game. Couldn't quite get the roll. Could have been a 3-point play. Instead, he'll head to the line for 2 more free throws. Pretty good free throw shooter.
Jamari Williams at the line.
This is at least his 4th trip to the line. Has had 2 and 1s. Just had a trip where he went 1 of 2. And now he'll get 2 free throws late in this 3rd quarter with this team trailing by 16. Jamari's first is good. It's up to an even dozen. Scoring 6 of those 12 points here in the 3rd as he has a brief conversation with the referee. And Jamari, who got off to a slow start with just 2 points in the 1st quarter. Chance to get up to 13. No good on the second. It hit the wire above the backboard. So that's a dead ball. 1 of 2 for the 2nd consecutive possession. 23.2 seconds to go. Let's see what Bruce De Silva concocts as his team can play for the final shot. Shot clock turned off. A little bit of pressure from Patil on Peterson, who has 13 points. It's a game high. Peterson near side for Barry. 3 from the wing, in and out. Tipped up by Miranda, still loose. Finally picked up by Williams. They've got time if they hurry. It's Slayton with 3. Slayton pulls up for the deep 3, well short, and that will do it. Fenway extends their lead.
Feel free to grab a drink or a snack.
They outscore Madison Park in the quarter, 18-15. So again, Madison Park only -2 in the second, -3 here in the 3rd, but that first quarter run, late first quarter run, 10-0 to end the 1st, the difference, as Madison Park trails by 15 here at home, heading to the 4th quarter against Fenway. I'd like to take a moment just to give a shout out to our sponsors: Elevate Boston, Deliver Wash, Brave Space Consulting, GetPsychSports.org, BankShop.store, and Plans of Flight. Doing a great job to make an event like this possible, the 2nd Black Coaches Classic. First one was hosted on January 26, 2020, a day that will forever be remembered. Not only is the first Black Coaches Classic here in the city of Boston with 10 teams from Massachusetts and New York, but also as, sadly, the day of Kobe Bryant's passing, as it was a day of reflection for some of the coaches and student athletes who were part of that first event. And fortunately, as far as I know, no famous basketball players or mentors have passed today, but I think this event has been an equal success, if not even better. Some of the talent that we've seen here in the state of Massachusetts. Very nice crowd. And a great job hosting by Bank Shop Basketball and Madison Park High School. We head to the 4th. It's Fenway 51, Madison Park 36. Couple substitutions for Bruce De Silva. Coming back into the game is Mason Elbeck, along with Tavaj Cope. Out there with Carlos Miranda. Wilton Fernandez and the point guard Jermaine Peterson. Fernandez up top for Peterson against this zone defense that has worked at points. Cope, the contested jumper. Miranda battles for it, grabs it, and I think they're going to get a foul. And they will, yeah. Referee indicated it was against Fenway, but it will be against Jamari Williams, his third. And the fourth on Madison Park. Already 17 fouls against Fenway, so any fouls against the Panthers here in the fourth quarter will lead to free throws. Pulling up is Miranda, well short. Williams the board. And Slayton a rare time where he's not facing pressure. Slayton through traffic, little bit too strong, saves it, able to find Thompson. Thompson for Williams amongst three players, blocked, but a little bit of contact, and he'll head to the line for two more free throws. Jamari Williams has 12, including 6 of the team's 15 points in the third quarter. Has proven to be the go-to offensive option for Dennis Wilson. Jamari too strong on the first. So we'll see Scan Basile check on for Wilton Fernandez. Second one coming for Williams. And just as he's done the last couple trips, 1 for 2.
Jamari Williams, substitution for Madison Park. Greg Richmond.
Williams will head to the bench for what I'm guessing is a short trip, as Greg Richmond will check back on, one of the other leaders on this team. Stolen away by Slayton. Slayton takes it all the way to the hoop, and it's good. First
Slayton.
basket from Lamari Slayton. He's got 4, and just like that, call it a comeback. Madison Park is within 12. 3 straight points from the Cardinals. Miranda tries the extra pass off the backboard there, a bit too strong, and it's another turnover. Patil has an option down low. It's Amarion Johnson, met by 2 players, draws the foul. And this is the last thing Fenway wants. Not only is that the 19th foul and a shooting foul, so there's 2 free throws, but they're giving Madison Park a ton of chances to cut into the deficit without taking any time off the scoreboard. We're only 1 minute and 23 seconds into this fourth quarter, and the deficit has gone from 15 to 12 and could be as few as 10. Amarion Johnson connects on the first. He's up to 13 points, matching Jamari Williams.
Abraham Barry. Joshua Lee
As Bruce De Silva's going to go back to a couple of his regulars. Peterson and Barry back on. Johnson hit the first to make it an 11-point game. The second is good as well. He's got a team best 14. He's got 12. Sorry about that. Gave him 2 more than he should have. Second on the team behind Williams is 13. Barry kicks near side. Peterson wants 3, and we've got another whistle. And it's another 3-second call. 3 3-second calls here in the second half. Elbeck will check off. Full court pressure coming from Fenway. 2 players right on the ball. The pass ahead to Slayton. Slayton double teamed, and those are quick hands from Lamari Slayton to get that ball through. Thompson, that's an up and down. Thought about shooting, but had Basile's hand right in front. Instead of just taking the block shot or throwing it off of him, he just came down with it, an easy call for the referee. 10-point game, 6 minutes to go. Does Madison Park have a comeback in them? Well, first they're going to give up the foul. Scam Basile to the line for 2, looking for his first points of the game. Basile, the junior forward / center, 10 Dearborn. Foul on Thompson, his first. 5 team fouls on Madison Park, so 1 more, and then you'll get the 1-and-1 as Basile connects on the first. his first points of the game, and the lead back to 11 at 52-41 with 5:56 to play. Second is no good, and the rebound tipped away by Thompson. Otherwise, it might have been an offensive board there for Ibrahim Barry. Breaking the full court pressure, Patil extra pass, wants Richmond, the hop, the step off the backboard, no good, and it's out of bounds off the hands of a Cardinal. Bruce De Silva wants to talk things over. His lead has gone from 15 to 11 with just 2 minutes and 18 seconds gone by in the fourth quarter. So we'll get a stoppage here just past the 5 o'clock hour on the East Coast. Fortunately, it looks like everybody's going to be home in time to see the Super Bowl. At least that's what everyone hopes. I may have just jinxed it. We might be about to see a 4 overtime thriller, but who knows? We're here from Madison Park Technical Vocational High School, better known as Madison Park. Right in the heart of Boston, the host of this terrific event, the second Black Coaches Classic put on by Bank Shop Basketball. And we've had 4 great games for you from the Matadome. 6 teams from the city, joined by Cape Cod Academy and Lynn Tech. Fenway back out there. They'll go with a combination of Basile, Sharp, Peterson, Barry, and Lee. Madison Park still has Jamari Williams on the bench. Wonder how long they can afford to keep their leading scorer on the bench. It's Patil, Johnson, Thompson, Slayton, and Richmond. Thompson with the defensive board, pass ahead for Amarion Johnson, tipped away there by Basile, who despite only having the 1 point has made an impact, drops the pass down low, and it's stolen away by Slayton. Ahead, Richmond takes the pull-up jumper, short, had a chance for his own rebound. Instead, it's Peterson who runs away with it. And stepping in front is Slayton, who will be whistled for the foul. His 4th, team 6, so no free throws, but Lamari Slayton's got to be careful here playing with those 4 fouls. I wonder if you can afford to take him out.
Jamari Williams in for the Cardinals.
Jamari Williams back into the game. He'll replace Greg Richmond. We've got some miscommunication right now between the table and the referees. It sounded like they might have been saying Slayton has 5 fouls. I have him as 4, and it looks like the referees agree. So 11-point game, and a good take there from Basile, just a bit too strong. Slayton out ahead for Williams, just back onto the court. Stripped, it'll go out off of Peterson. Great defensive play to deny what looked like an easy 2. Madison Park to inbound, down 11 with 4:52 to go. They've not been able to cut this to single digits here in the second half. Trail 18-8 after 1, 33-21 at the break. Cut it to 10, but have not been any closer than that here in the second half. Patil for Thompson, extra pass to Amarion Johnson for 3. Front rim, no good. Grabs his own board, saves it for Thompson. Thompson puts it up too strong. The rebound picked up by Sharp. Sharp all the way to the hoop through traffic, no good. Patil the rebound, slides it ahead for Slayton. Slayton for Amarion Johnson. Johnson through a pair of players, throws it up, and he'll be called for a travel. MP players don't seem to like it, and Johnson is still down, appears to be in some pain. Ennis Wilson is pretty frustrated.
Greg Richmond Greg Richmond in.
Johnson is going to be attended to by the trainer and one of the assistant coaches. Thompson's coming off, Richmond's coming on, and here's as Amarion Johnson is going to be well enough to stay in the game. I think they're going to force Johnson to come out, at least for a little bit, since he was attended to by a trainer, and Thompson will check right back on. So MP going big with the combination of Thompson, Williams, and Richmond alongside Slayton and Patil. Still just a little bit over half a quarter of basketball left. And it's stolen away by Slayton. 2 players back for Fenway. Slayton too hard off the backboard. Williams is, well, I wanted to say Williams was fouled, but it actually looks like it was Richmond going for the rebound who was fouled, and now Richmond is slow to get up. Greg gets a hand from his teammates. He should be shooting the 1-and-1. That was the 9th foul, but I'm not sure if Greg's immediately going to be ready to check back in as Greg hobbles over to the sideline, replaced by Amarion Johnson, who was just treated by the trainer. It will be 2 free throws for Jamari Williams.
Amarion Johnson in for the Cardinals.
Hopefully Richmond is okay. Jamari Williams looks to extend his team leading 13 points. 52-41 with 4:03 to play. Williams has been going 1 for 2 for the most part, and he misses the first. Oh, they're going to say a lane violation on Fenway. So 2 more. Can he hit the second 2, since that first one doesn't count, to get his team back within 10? They have not been within 10 here in the second half. The first is off again, and now he'll get his 3rd free throw attempt, but only the second that will count. And Williams hits it, but his team comes in early this time.
No violation, no basket.
And it won't count. So an odd sequence where Williams attempts 3 free throws, hits 1, it doesn't count. Lane violation first on Fenway, second one he misses, then a lane violation on Madison Park, and the deficit stays at 52-41. This zone extending as far as half court now, is losing the ball as he went up with Sharp. And Sharp gets his mask back on. The other side, Williams, the up and under, can't finish. Slayton, the offensive board, and he's fouled. If Madison Park can hit some free throws, they have a legitimate chance to get back into this game. 10 team fouls against Fenway. So it'll be 2 free throws the rest of the way. Slayton, who's got 4 points, including 2 of 4 from the free throw line for 2, and he can't connect on the first.
Lamar Slayton at the line.
It'll be Jaden Scott replacing Joshua Lee for Fenway as they hold on to this 11-point edge, make it 10. Lamar Slayton, now 3 of 6 on the line. He's got 6. And Peterson in no rush to get this across half court for Barry and right back. Far side, they get it down, extra pass, and there's contact going up, and it'll be 2 free throws for Tajay Sharp, and that should be 5 on Lamari Slayton.
Fouls on Lamar Slayton.
See what they call. Lamari's talking to the refs. He's asking,
Lamar Slayton's 5th foul.
and it is going to be the 5th foul on Lamari Slayton, which is a big blow to this Madison Park team. They lose their senior point guard. Dennis Wilson, I don't think has recognized that Lamari is fouled out quite yet. And Greg Richmond is still working on that injury we saw, so they're going to bring on Emmanuel Soto. Good news is they've got a talented backup point guard in Mark Patil, so he'll handle the ball handling duties. First free throw is up and good from Tajay Sharp.
Shooting 2.
Sharp's got 10 for the game. And the lead is 11. Second one is short, rebound loose, and Jamari Williams has himself another board. Pass ahead for Soto, right back into the game, looking for Marion Johnson, and he's stripped and it's out of bounds off of Madison Park. This is kind of one of those games where I think Dennis Wilson was describing it as the progress isn't necessarily going to show up on the scoreboard, as Williams couldn't hold on to the rebound. They've been competitive. They really have, but that first quarter in which they were outscored by 10 has been the difference. Soto will be replaced by Richmond, who's been cleared to come back in. They actually outscored Fenway here in the fourth by 4, but that 10-point deficit after 1 has just been too much to overcome to this point. Rebound by Peterson, he's no good, rebound loose, and Thompson is straw on board. Out ahead for Richmond, running 2v3. Richmond takes it himself, and again, just unable to convert, but draws 2 more free throws. What can Greg Richmond do from the line? He's got 2 points today.
Fouls on
53-42, 2:51 to play here in regulation. Lamari Slayton continues to plead his case on the Madison Park bench. Richmond hits the first to cut it back to 10.
Wilton Fernandez in for Fenway.
Fernandez will replace Dazale for Fenway. And the second from Richmond is good as well. Important trip for Greg Richmond and this Madison Park team. They need to hit their free throws. Cut it to 9. The jumper is no good from Sharp. Can they get even further? They have not been any closer than 9. Jamari Williams around Peterson, draws contact. They say it's a clean block. Gets it up and 1. Jamari Williams with a huge basket. His first made basket of the fourth quarter. He's up to 15. And just like that, it's a 7-point game. Could it be a 6-point game? Two-possession contest potentially. Bruce De Silva didn't like it, as that's now 5 on Wilton Fernandez. So both teams have lost the starter.
Technical foul on Fenway coach as well.
And now we've got a technical foul on the Fenway coaching staff. So you've got the 1 free throw for the end of the 3-point play.
Has 5 fouls.
Plus you're going to get an extra free throw, maybe 2. So this is a real chance for Madison Park if they can hit their free throws.
Jamari Williams at the line.
Williams should be shooting the technical free throw first. Up and good. So gets the technical free throw. And now the team should be going back, because this next one, okay, we've got 1 more technical free throw. Then the teams will head back, because it will be just the 1 free throw on the 3-point play. Williams hits them both. Huge, because he's been going 1 for 2 or 0 for 2. Williams hits both. I don't know why they're pausing this, because this should be a live ball. He misses, and the ball's going to stay with Madison Park because it's a technical foul. That's on me. Apologize, folks. The lead has been cut to 5. 17 points thus far for Jamari Williams, and a chance to cut it to a 1-possession game here for Madison Park. Williams just hit 2 free throws, already with 4 points on the possession. We've got a tie-up, and it will stay with Madison Park.
Madison ball.
22 seconds on the shot clock, 2:24 to go in regulation. Does Madison Park have a huge comeback in them? It was 15 after 3. They've cut it to 5 here with under 2.5 to play. Pass for Richmond, almost too tall. Richmond, the contested jumper, no good. Rebound bounces around for Williams. He's blocked. Fighting for another tie-up, and this time it'll go back to Fenway as Peterson ties up Thompson. Still a lot of basketball to be played. 135 seconds left. Fenway has led for the majority of this game, but can they close it out? Lee for Peterson to the middle. Elbeck finally connects. That's the first two of the game for Elbeck to extend the lead out to 7. Richmond all the way to the tin, too strong, grabs his own board, loses it out to Patil for Amarion Johnson. 25 on the shot clock, no reason to rush here, down 7. Jamari Williams will take the contested jumper, no good. Peterson the rebound. Peterson's been the best player all game offensively for Fenway, and he's going to draw the blocking call there on Jamari Williams. For Williams, I've got that as his 4th. See if that's 4 or 5 on Jamari Williams. It's going to be 2 free throws for Peterson, but if that's 5 on Williams, that would be devastating.
He has 5 fouls. He's disqualified from this contest.
And they are going to say that's 5 on Jamari Williams. So Madison Park has lost not only Lamari Slayton, but also Jamari Williams here in the 4th quarter, 2 of their senior leaders.
Jermaine
and
Peterson at the line.
Offensively, I think it's going to really fall to Amarion Johnson and maybe Greg Richmond if they're going to get back into this one. On the opposite side, Jermaine Peterson, the senior guard, a chance to maybe ice this game a bit. 11 in the first half. He's got a team-high 13, in which has been a much more balanced scoring attack for Fenway, as Noah Rodriguez checks in to replace Williams. Still 91 seconds to play in this one. Peterson hits the front end of the 1-and-1. 1 more to go. The next foul would lead to 2 free throws. And the second is too strong. Rebound falls to the smallest man on the floor. That's Rodriguez ahead for Johnson. And that's going to be a goaltend.
That is a violation.
So Richmond adds his second basket. He's got second basket of the quarter. He's got 6 overall. And the deficit is back to 8, 56-48. Elbeck just scored his first 2, making 4.
Mason Elbeck.
We've got a violation on the inbound there by Richmond. He can't believe it, and a costly turnover. Madison Park loses it before they can even get the ball inbounds. Chance for Peterson to make it a 2-possession game. He's off the mark. Deficit is 8 with 1:08 to go. Pass ahead, Rodriguez tries a 3. Knocks it down. The first points for Noah Rodriguez, and the deficit back to 5. As close as it's been. Under a minute to go. Madison Park needs a stop. Wide open Barry from the opposite wing, no good. Rebound falls to Basile, no good. The tip, and Elbeck with the board, and he's fouled. Smart play there by Amarion Johnson. They could not afford to allow Fenway to use clock there. 2 free throws upcoming from Mason Elbeck, who scored all 4 of his points here in the last 2 minutes of the game, trying to add a little bit more insurance as this team that led by 15 after 3 has seen the deficit cut to 5 twice, back out to 6. Mason Elbeck, the junior, 6'4", for Fenway. Looking to push the lead back to 7. And he does.
2 shots,
So 6 important 4th quarter points. 6 of the team's 9 here in the 4th quarter. Rodriguez, who just hit that 3 ahead for Richmond, had a wide open Thompson, goes all the way himself, and he'll have to earn it from the free throw line as he couldn't quite convert. 34.4 seconds to go. All of these fouls have led to Madison Park sticking around, but can they hit their free throws? Richmond hit 2 a couple minutes ago. It's been a very competitive contest. Richmond short on the first.
Greg Richmond at the line.
Takes a couple dribbles. His second is too strong. Thompson got his hands on the rebound, couldn't hold it. Elbeck with Patil not giving the foul, and now he does. Mason Elbeck, a couple of important rebounds on either side of the court. An offensive board that led to 2 free throws, now a defensive rebound. And Elbeck can just about seal this win with 2 more free throws with 27.5 seconds to play. Elbeck's first is good. And we've got a timeout by Dennis Wilson in between the free throws. The lead is stretched out to 8.
Concessions.
As
Feel free to get a snack or a drink.
Madison Park has outscored Fenway here in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, excuse me, 17 to 10. And 7 of those 10 points have come from Mason Elbeck, doing a great job saving his best for last.
Get your snacks for the Super Bowl.
Just waiting on the teams to come out. Dennis Wilson using every second of this game as a teachable moment for his team. They haven't played all that many close games, so chance to focus on what to do in a situation like this. Probably not going to come back from an 8-point deficit with 27.5 to go, but who knows? As you can hear that second horn, Madison Park taking every possible second of the timeout. So it'll be 1 more for Mason Elbeck, who's hit 3 key free throws in a row. Elbeck, a player that Dennis Wilson described as he can do a little bit of everything, and he's cocky in a good way. And he knocks down both free throws. He's got 8, and the lead is 9. Patil turns it over. Barry in transition, and he can't quite get the roll, but they're going to give the goaltend as the backboard had been slapped. That ball was up there for maybe a second and a half. And the funny thing is, if they're going to call the goaltend, ideally you put a second and a half back up, because that play should have been dead as soon as he slapped the backboard. But that's semantics. 2 more points for Ibrahim Barry, who's up to 8 for the game. And after getting within 5, Madison Park finds themselves down 11, and the pass gets through Thompson, and that should just about do it. Madison Park will not foul. And Fenway is going to win this one 64-53. So Madison Park much better in that final quarter. Actually outscored Fenway 17-13, but it was not enough. That 10-0 run to end the first quarter, the difference in this one, as Fenway holds on to win 64-53, their 9th win of the year. They improved to 9-3. Madison Park, a great day honoring their longtime head coach, inducted into the Legends Hall of Fame, along with his brother Harry Wilson. Unfortunately, they couldn't put the cherry on top and earn the win, but a strong performance from Fenway. It really looked like they had a chance to get all the way back into it, cut it to 5 twice, played some really good basketball. You can see the pieces there for this Madison Park team. Talked to Dennis Wilson earlier this week. He talked about how much the 3.5 week layoff hurt his team. They're getting better, and it might not show in the results, but it certainly shows when you watch this team So we take a final look at our sponsors for this tremendous event. The lead sponsors: Elevate Boston, Deliver Wash, Brace Space Consulting, GetPsychSports.org, BankShop.store, and Plans of Flight, excuse me. It's been a long day. We're gonna send it to a break, and then we'll close it out here from the Matadome as it's Fenway over Madison Park, 64-53.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
What do we do?
You may not be able to plan ahead for a ghost encounter.
Under the dining table now!
But you can plan ahead for natural disasters. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts.
Maybe it's the apocalypse.
Know your evacuation routes and decide on a safe emergency meeting location.
Here? I know. What a pick Orlando.
Protecting your family is the best plan you can make. So pass the Proton Pack to the next generation and visit ready.gov/plan to get started.
Welcome back for the final time today at the Matadome. In the end, it was Fenway over Madison Park, 64-53. The Panthers used the 10-0 run to close out the first quarter to take an 18-8 lead and held on late against the Madison Park Charge that got them back within 5 points. It was a really strong, balanced performance by Fenway. 3 different players finishing with 10 or more points. Lots of different guys contributing up and down the lineup. And it was enough to hold on against Jamari Williams, who was so strong throughout the contest. In the end, it was the mentee over the mentor, Bruce De Silva, earning the win over a Hall of Famer, Dennis Wilson. I'm sure those guys will see each other again, whether later this season or going forward, and have a nice laugh. As part of what was just a tremendous day overall. Dennis Wilson inducted into the Legends Hall of Fame, and I'm sure that he'll get a couple more wins going forward this year with the very young but pesky Madison Park team. That'll do it for us here from the Matadome. Fenway 64, Madison Park 53.